Two-strike approach now. Here we go. Out, boy. Gotta protect with two now.
Live from the campus of Darien High School, it's varsity baseball on the DAF Media Network. This afternoon, it's the quarterfinals of the FCIAC tournament. The Darien Blue Wave taking on the Trumbull Eagles. Hi everybody, Damian Andrew with you. So glad you could be with us on this DAF Media live stream. We apologize. We are just getting underway here. We are in the top of the first inning. 2 outs. Trumbull has a runner aboard on second in scoring position. And I'm going to bring in my broadcast partner this afternoon, Marty Ross, joining me on the live stream.
Hey Damien, good afternoon. It's a great day here for us, and we're at the top of the first right now, and just struck him out. Henry Williams just struck out the number 4 batter, Jay Chapetta. Good inning for Henry, leading off with first pitch strikes for every one of the 4 batters, so number of strikes thrown, so it was a good start. No harm after the top of the first.
And we are actually going to take a quick break here. We will be right back on the DAF Media Network. We are back live on the DAF Media Network. Thanks so much for joining us. Damian Andrew alongside Marty Ross. Darien, Trumbull, Darien the 4 seed, Trumbull the 5 seed in the FCIAC tournament. Day 1 today, quarterfinals. We're in the bottom of the first, and on the mound for Trumbull is the big fella, Ben Farrow, who has committed to play college baseball at Stony Brook, number 47. And he is facing Darien's leadoff hitter, Justin Jordan, who is in an 0-2 hole. And that's a ball. So 1-2 to Jordan.
As you mentioned, Justin is our leadoff batter here for the Darien Blue Wave, senior. One of our 11 seniors on the team. He's committed to play at Sacred Heart.
And swing and a miss, 1 away for Trumbull here in the home half of the first.
Up for Darien now is number 11, our the pitcher, Henry Williams.
And breaking ball, first pitch strike to Williams. And that just missed on the outside.
Fastball, little on the outside there. 1-1 count on Henry.
Farrow is Trumbull's #1 starter. That's a ball low. And Williams is Darienne's #1 starter.
So we have pitcher versus pitcher right now.
Two count to Williams. Three-two pitch to Williams. Fouls it away. We're in the bottom of the first here. 3-2 count to Darienne's #2 hitter, Henry Williams. And he looks like he took a little bit of that ball.
Caught it on his toe, I think, there.
Marty on his toe, yeah.
Side spin off of that, grabbed his foot. Three-two gets him.
Strike three, so a swing and a miss for Williams. So Farrow retires the first two batters in the Darien order. And you can tell his demeanor on the mound. He means business. Big game for these guys. I mean, anything now can happen in the FCIAC tournament. It's postseason baseball.
You know, anybody can win.
Absolutely.
You got to lay it all on the line today to get to the next round. Breaking ball again with a strike.
Yep.
So he's
first pitch.
First pitch strikes. Both pitches have thrown first pitch strikes, which is both coaches, I'm sure, have recognized.
Sean O'Malley. Ground ball foul. O'Malley is Darienne's 3-hitter. O'Malley, of course, headed to Salve Regina in Rhode Island. And
low and inside there made him jump out of the box. You know, the Trumbull fans will remember Sean from 2 years ago when we were playing over at Harbor Yard when his hit won the game for Darien over Trumbull.
A very memorable hit. How about that, sophomore? Get up in a big spot and you deliver the game-winning hit. Doesn't get any better than that if you're Sean O'Malley.
Storybook.
And so Farrow strikes him out.
Strikes out the side, all swinging. So certainly a strong showing by Farrow there.
And Ben Farrow off to a great start here for the Trumbull Eagles. Trumbull, the 5 seed, Darien, the 4 seed. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back here on the DAF Media Network. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew alongside Marty Ross. Quarterfinals of the FCIAC baseball tournament, Darien and Trumbull, top of the second. And the leadoff hitter for the Eagles is the junior, Chris Bruggeman. And he takes a first pitch strike.
The first pitch strikes continue. This is makes it easy scoring. Little low.
Not surprising when you consider what both of these pitchers, Williams and Farrow, have accomplished at times this season. Two of the FCIAC's top pitchers, and both of them off to good starts this afternoon.
Yeah, definitely. It's great to see. You know, I'm sure as the coaches here can recognize, the first pitch strike is way to start it off. Another strike, strike two there. We have a 2-2 count on number 26, Chris Bruggeman. You know, Damon, you mentioned he's a junior. They have 6 juniors starting, so they're a real young club.
The ground ball to second. Conti throws over to first for the out. So one away here in the top of the second. And that'll bring up the freshman, Luke Masek, the DH. Just a freshman. You mentioned some of the underclassmen on this Trumbull team.
Trumbull's starting 2 seniors, 6 juniors, and freshman here, Masek. So it's impressive to see this guy in here as a DH. One's the count. Strike two there. Nice slow pitch. 1-2 on the freshman Masek. Threw it up high. Got him swinging.
So Williams continues to look sharp. And that will bring up Loiko, number 10, the junior, the center fielder. And he holds on that first pitch in the dirt, ball 1. The on-deck batter for Trumbull, Devin DeCoco, the 8-hitter. But this is Tim Loiko, the center fielder. Time called.
Steps out of the box there, resets.
Back to Williams. He runs it over to first. The flip.
Tell you, 1-2-3 inning here for Henry Williams. So off to a good start as well.
After 1.5, no score. We'll take a quick break here on the DAF Media Network. We are back live here on the DAF Media Network. Bottom of the second inning. Arthur Xanthos leading things off for Darien, the catcher, facing Ben Farrow. And that is line to second and one away.
Good contact by Arthur Xanthos there. Just got it on the end of the bat. Just lined it over to second base for 4-3 play for the Trumbull Eagles.
And that brings up Mclean, the third baseman for the Blue Wave. One away here in the bottom of the second. First pitch low, ball one.
Broke the tradition of the first pitch strike for the last two batters going with the ball on the first pitch. Came back with a strike there on the outside corner. 1-1's to count on Mclean.
And he fouls that one off. Marty Ross, it is an absolutely gorgeous day today after all this weather we've had in southwestern Connecticut for the last week and a half.
You know, I think the mold was setting in with all the rain that we've been having, so it's great to see a blue sky and a nice sunny day here, and more importantly, a good day for baseball.
That ground ball back to Farrell, goes up and gets it, throws over to first for the out. So two away here in the home half of the second inning.
You know, he's got some height to him, and he got some air on that jumping off the mound to grab that one. That could have been a problem if it trickled through and went down the line to second base there.
And he cracked a smile. Heard it from his teammates in the dugout after he got up pretty high there to get that one. First pitch strike to Masek. So Gasvoda in an 0-2 hole here. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Fouls that one off.
You know, one of the benefits, if there is any, of the rain, it gave both teams' pitchers a chance to rest and recover from the previous games they had last week.
And that's strike three. That'll end the inning. So after 2 full, no score, zeros on the scoreboard. A little bit of a pitcher's duel here early on from the campus of Darien High School. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back live here on the DAF Media Network. We are back live here on the DAF Media Network. Top of the third. Darien and Trumbull locked in a good one here.
First pitch strike. We're starting again. Comes back with a breaking ball, gets some swinging. So with 0-2 to the Devin DeCoco, number 2.
And that's a ball high, so 1-2 count to DeCoco. Ball high, 2-2 the count to DeCoco.
Another junior for the Trumbull Eagles playing left field. Gets him on a breaking ball there, strike 3.
So strike 3, so DeCoco goes down looking, and that'll bring up number 7, Bo DeMello.
Second baseman for Trumbull. One of the 2 seniors in the lineup. First pitch ball. Williams comes back with a fastball for strike 1. 1-1's the count. Breaking ball's working. 1-2. Foul ball there. 1-2's the count on Bo DeMello. Gets him looking. Gets him on that breaking pitch again. Watch it come in for strike 3. We have top of the order now, number 18, Brian Hance. First at bat, he flied out, little blooper to Harry Rahill at first base. Pop fly to first base, little acrobatic catch there by Harry Rahill for the 3rd out. Touch and go with the runner coming down the line. So it reminiscent of the West Hill game a couple of weeks ago when Harry took a spill, but held his balance and made the catch. 3 outs.
And so that'll do it for the top of the 3rd. After 2.5, it's still no score here in the quarterfinals of the FCIAC baseball tournament. You are watching live on the DAF Media Network. We'll be back right after this. We are back live here on the DAF Media Network, bottom of the 3rd. Darien and Trumbull. Darien the 4 seed, Trumbull the 5 seed.
Harry Rahill's the batter.
Ground ball to short, and 1 away here in the bottom of the 3rd. And that'll bring up number 17, Justin Vandegraff, the shortstop. Vandegraff has had a terrific year, Marty, on the mound as well.
Yeah, he's done very well. You know, one of the things, foul ball there by Justin, 2 strikes on him. you know, he's our number 3 go-to pitcher between Justin Jordan, Henry Williams, Justin Vandegraff. 0-2 count on Justin Vandegraff.
Chopper right back to Farrow. Throws over to first for the out. So 2 away here in the bottom of the 3rd.
You know, by far, I think Farrow's one of the top pitchers that the Darien Blue Wave has seen this season. His breaking ball is pretty impressive to see him go with a first pitch breaking ball and get a strike on it. Just missed on it there.
Nate Hadlow at the plate for Darien. The right fielder, and that's a strike. 1-1 the count. 2 outs here in the home half of the 3rd. No score.
Back with the breaker.
And you get the feeling, Marty Ross, early on, this is going to be a 1 or 2 run game.
It's definitely going to be whoever gets the last run is going to win this one. 2-2 count on Nate Hadlow. Nate's a senior playing right field today. We have 2 outs. Bottom of the 3rd. 2-2 is the count. Nate Hadlow, right fielder. Gets one. It could be dropping down the line. Oh. We had a little blooper down the right field line. The umpire called it a foul ball. One of those diving plays by the right fielder there, trying to make a catch on it. Still 2-2 is the count. 2 outs. Bottom of the 3rd. Nate Hadlow at bat.
Ball's in the dirt. 3-2 the count. So the count full here to Hadlow. 2 outs. Ben Farrow on the bump for Trumbull. Their ace. And it's caught by the first baseman on the foul ball, and that will do it for the 3rd inning. After 3 full, still no score. We've got a pitcher's duel going on here between Farrow and Williams. We'll be right back on the DAF Media Network. We are back live on the DAF Media Network. No score after 3 innings here at Darien High School, quarterfinals of the FCIAC tournament. Darien and Trumbull. Darien the 4 seed, Trumbull the 5 seed, and a first pitch strike to Chris Brown, the leadoff batter here in the top of the 4th for Trumbull.
Yeah, Brown's the shortstop, and he's a commit to UConn. Lines it down to third. Mclean to Rahill for the first put out. 1 down.
Good crowd, as you can see here at Darien High School.
You know, I think everyone's starved for a day of baseball and the sun's out, so it's no rain gear required today.
We really didn't know who Darien would play here at home until yesterday.
Yeah.
Danbury and Greenwich had to get a game in on Sunday. They couldn't play on Saturday, couldn't play on Friday.
It was early estimate was going to be Darien against St. Joe's again, where the 5-4 were going to play, and then that obviously changed yesterday.
And foul ball down the third base line.
Oh-2 is the count on number 5, Kevin Brookheim.
Kevin Bruggeman, the 3-hitter for Trumbull, and that's up high. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Bruggeman.
You know, that's that Little League pitch. Throw it up high and see if a guy goes for it. Got that one up the middle.
Ground ball to Vandegraff at short. He comes up throwing, and he gets the out. So 2 away here in the top of the 4th. No score. And that brings up Jay Chiappetta, who, like Farrow, is also headed to Stony Brook. Want to give a shout out to our production crew here, our DAF Media production crew, Thomas Kiernan, Ted Brennan, and Peter Mclean.
Way ahead of him on that pitch there for strike 1.
Yeah, Chiappetta out in front.
Oh, 2's the count. 2 outs. Top of 4. Stony Brook bound. Jay Chiappetta at the plate. 3 pitches. Gets him swinging.
And that'll do it here in the top of the 4th. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Still no score. We've got a good one here in the quarterfinals of the FCIAC tournament. We'll be back on the DAF Media Network. We are back live here on the DAF Media Network. Bottom of the 4th of this FCIAC tournament quarterfinal game between Darien and Trumbull. Justin Jordan leading things off for Darien, facing Ben Farrow. Fouls it back. So the count is 1-1 to Jordan. The last time these two teams met, back on April 11th, Darien beat Trumbull in Trumbull. Jordan got the win, allowed just 4 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts in 6 shutout innings of work. Tries to drag one down the third base line, foul ball. And that is an element that Jordan brings to the table. He's done that on several occasions this season. He can drag one down the line with his speed.
Well, as a lefty batter too, he takes it down the third base line. He's already out of the box and a quarter of the way down the first base line. So it's a great play if they can make it happen. His speed will get him to first base.
Darien in their home white uniforms.
So we have 1-2 is the count on Justin Jordan.
And strike 3. Jordan thought it was a little outside, so he goes down looking, and that brings up the pitcher, Henry Williams.
You know, this is reminiscent of the first chance. You know, Justin was caught swinging on the first at-bat. Once again, Henry Williams is up. Last at-bat, struck out as well, swinging. Trying to get a read on Ben Farrow's pitches here. First pitch is a ball. Foul ball for strike 1.
1-1 the count here to Williams. Damian Andrew, Marty Ross joining you. Thanks so much for joining us here on the DAF Media Network. Quarterfinals of the FCIAC baseball tournament. Williams fouls it back into the screen.
So Damian, he's had great success with his breaking ball. 1-2 count, 1 out. What do you think? He's coming back with a breaker here?
Boy, I tell you, he could bring it though. That fastball is pretty dangerous.
You called it.
He does throw the fastball as Williams fouls it away. And that's a foul ball.
Pitcher against pitcher here, battling. 1-2 is the count, 1 out to Henry Williams.
You can see the flag in center field, a slight breeze, but boy, a beautiful, beautiful afternoon here on the campus of Darien High School. That is a ground ball left side, scooped up, and Williams is out at first.
That was a 5-3, right? The third baseman made a nice pickup there and knocked it down, made the play.
Brian Hance, the nice play at third for Trumbull. And that'll bring up the big fella, Sean O'Malley, the 3-hitter for Darien. He has had some timely hits throughout the season, Marty.
He has, and you know, his first at-bat against Farrow unfortunately was a strikeout, but I think it gave him a chance to really identify the pitches that Farrow's throwing. First pitch he threw early was the breaking ball and caught Sean on the heels. Let's see if he can make up for it at this at-bat.
Fouls the first pitch back. In that 4-0 win over Trumbull back in April, O'Malley drove in Justin Jordan in the 3rd inning for the first run of the game for Darien, what ended up being the winning run in the 3rd, as Darien went on to win that game 4-0. That ball is high, 1-1 the count to O'Malley. Damian Andrew, Marty Ross joining you. Thanks for joining us here on the DAF Media Network, FCIAC Tournament Quarterfinals, Darien and Trumbull. Ball is low.
2-1's the count on Sean O'Malley. We have 2 outs, bottom 4, no score.
swing and a miss. I would imagine both coaches, both head coaches, have to be telling their hitters, when you get up there, try to work the count, because this has been a pitcher's duel, and you're looking to get runners aboard, and we've got a time here.
You know, that's a great point. You know, unofficially, I thought, I think I may have Farrow down for 30 pitches at the end of 3. So certainly working the count, making these guys throw, is what you want to do as a coach.
Right back to Farrow, makes another nice play, and he tosses it over to first, and that'll do it for the 4th inning, as Darien goes down 1-2-3. So Ben Farrow pitching a good one here, and after 4, no score between Darien and Trumbull. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back on the DAF Media Network. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. It was senior day the other day. Darien played Norwalk here at Darien High School, and these seniors were honored. Finn Batson, Nick Conti, Max Gasvoda, Nate Hadlow, Justin Jordan, Sean O'Malley, Harry Rahill, Brendan Ross, Justin Vandegraff, Jackson Vaught, and Arthur Xanthos. Gasvoda, Jordan, Xanthos, the 3 captains. And all 3 seniors, they will be graduating. So Darien does lose a lot next season, Marty. Some big players on that list right there.
You know, what's really what's telling is, while there's 11 seniors, these boys have been together since basically T-ball and Darien Little League. So they've been playing together through Little League, district play. They've been together as a team, and even the juniors that are on the team, all fortunate, have been playing together as well with these guys. So it's a strong team, both on the field and certainly in the bench. They have the depth on the bench there for every position that's on the field.
This is a Darien team, Marty, that won 8 straight games earlier in the season. Got off to a great start. Struggled a bit down the stretch, but here they are in the FCIAC tournament as the 4 seed taking on the 5 seed, and the first pitch to Chris Briganti is a strike from Henry Williams.
Comes back with another one, strike 2, 0-2 to Briganti here at the plate.
Both pitchers seem to be getting stronger.
You know, as you started off, this, as we said, anyone can win these. This is the quarterfinals, and it's you have to leave it on the field. So certainly,
that's fouled back.
The pitchers are going to get stronger and stronger, and this depth into the season, they should be strong as well.
It's the top of the 5th. I know it says 4th on our scoreboard in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. This is a chopper back to Williams. He fields it cleanly, throws to first for the out.
You know, that's a testament to the pitchers here. You know, Farrow has 3 back to the pitcher's mound, and Williams has 2 back to him. That's 5 that have gone back, 1 to 3.
Yeah.
So clearly the batters aren't getting the ball solid.
And that brings up Luke Masek. And that hits him. So Masek will trot down to first base with 1 out. So Trumbull has a runner aboard here in the top of the 5th.
Masek's the freshman. Gets hit on the left elbow there. He had his elbow pad on. Now batting is number 10, junior Tim Logico.
Tim Loiko at the plate. Thought about it. Runner heads down to second as the ball gets past Xanthos. And Trumbull has a runner in scoring position here in the top of the fifth. Again, I know it says the fourth on the scoreboard in the lower right-hand corner, but it is the top of the fifth. There's a good shot of Henry Williams on the mound. One away here in the top of the fifth. Luke Masek at second.
Masek at second. He's the base runner, the second base runner of the game. Both of them for Trumbull. So it's definitely a pitching duel here.
3-1 count to Loiko. That's a strike at the letters. Full count now. And all of a sudden things have gotten really interesting here in the top of the fifth. And Loiko calls time. As we said earlier, Marty, you get the feeling this is going to be a 1-2 run game, and so every base runner crucial. That's strike three. So Loika caught looking as Williams throws the breaking ball. And 2 away here with a runner on second.
This is the left fielder junior,
Devin DeCoco.
Let's go. Come on, 2-7. Come on, baby. Come on. Hey now.
So 1-1 the count to DeCoco. Or 2-0 the count to DeCoco. Excuse me.
Come on, 2-7. Come on, 2-7. On baby.
He fouls this one back behind the Trumbull dugout.
2-1 count. Top of 5, 2 outs. Masek at second.
Hey, let's go, kid. Come on, Devin. On babe. Hey now.
And a nice catch by Vandegraff at short, diving catch. So Justin Vandegraff saves a run there on the diving catch to his right. And after 4 innings, 4.5, excuse me, we go to the bottom of the fifth. Still no score as we take another look at that Vandegraff catch. We'll be right back on the DAF Media Network. We are back live here on the DAF Media Network, bottom of the fifth. Arthur Xanthos at the plate for Darien, facing Ben Farrow. Farrow has been so crisp with that and precise with that fastball.
The fastball is right in there. He's got 5 strikeouts as we go into the bottom of the fifth here. 0-2 is the count on Xanthos.
And as you pointed out a little while ago, 3 comebackers for Farrow as that ball was fouled away.
Yeah, it kind of shows that they're not getting the whole bat on the ball. I think they're getting half the ball. Little dribblers back, good hits if they get past the pitcher. He's a good fielder there on the mound, so that's helping Trumbull out. Both pitchers are throwing great here today. This is it's a great game by the pitchers.
That ball is up high. Xanthos will also play college baseball next year.
Arthur's a senior. He'll be playing at Post University here in Connecticut. I think it's up in Waterbury, if I'm not mistaken. They're a D2 program, so he'll be playing there.
You can always use a catcher, Marty, right? Any program can.
You know.
And he's a good one. So full count here to Xanthos in the bottom of the 5th. And swing and a miss. One away here in the 5th.
It's strikeout number 6 for Farrow.
And that'll bring up Mclean. There's another good shot of Farrow on the hill. As I mentioned, you can see the crowd behind him. Nice crowd here on a gorgeous sunsplash day here in Darien, Connecticut, as Mclean fouls that one away.
Mac's last at bat was one of those comebackers to Farrow, 1-3, and got him out on that. Bottom 5, 0-1's the count on Mclean with 1 out.
One and one the counts to Mclean. Oh. Swing and a miss.
That had some speed on it. It comes back with his fastball there.
It's going to be really interesting as we get into these later innings, Marty. Both pitchers seem to be getting better. He fouls that one back. So a good at-bat here for Mclean.
Yeah, these pitchers are really, you know, at this time of the year, too, you'd expect the pitchers to have some strong arm strength. They're going in. They've thrown a number of innings. More importantly, it's a great day. It's a nice warm day, so that's going to help them out as compared to the cold weather we've experienced or the wet weather we've experienced.
Absolutely. Great point. And that is a fly ball to left. Left fielder's under it, makes the catch, and Mclean heads back to the dugout. So 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. We mentioned Darien has had its struggles down the stretch after winning 8 straight earlier in the season. Trumbull, meanwhile, comes into this game having won 9 of their last 10 games. They may be the hottest team in the FCIAC, and they come in here and they are the 5th seed. It just speaks volumes about the parity and the quality of baseball in the FCIAC.
Most definitely, and I think, you know, Darien, there's only 3 turf fields between Darien, McMahon, and Norwalk, and I think start of the season, these 3 teams have been out on the field, so they get a jump on everybody. Gasfoda puts one out to left center. Center fielder there makes the catch for the 3rd out.
And that will do it after 5, all zeros on the scoreboard. We will be right back on the DAF Media Network. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Top of the 6th, no score. And stepping in to the box, Bo DeMello, the second baseman for Trumbull, facing Henry Williams.
First pitch strikes continue for Henry Williams.
Yeah, both pitchers, to your point, have gotten ahead in the count for much of this game. Throws the deuce, and that's in there for a strike. 0-2, so DeMello in a 0-2 hole to start his at-bat here in the top of the 6th. And that is low and outside. 1-2 the count.
You know, Williams has 5 strikeouts so far as well, so pitchers are really matching each other. There's his 6th strikeout.
And this is kind of, as we said earlier, what you would expect. 2 of the top pitchers in the conference, both going to play college baseball. Of course, Williams committed to play at Duke, and Farrow headed to Stony Brook out on Long Island. Here's Brian Hance, the third baseman. One ball, no strikes. 1-1 now, as Williams comes back.
Last 2 at bats for Hance here have been pop-ups to the first base.
Swing and a miss.
So Harry Rahill's been credited for the first 2 outs that Hance has had at his at bats.
Chopper to third. Mclean fields it cleanly, throws to first for the out. So 2 away here in the top of the 6th. And that brings up the Yukon-bound Chris Brown.
Hey, let's go, Brownie. Come up big right now.
Brown, the shortstop. And you can tell why he's headed to Yukon. He is a big fella.
He's definitely
at
big.
Short.
He's a junior as well, so committed to Yukon. Williams gets strike 1 on him there. Comes back again, same pitch, 0-2 to Chris Brown. Top 6, 2 outs, 0-2 is the count to Chris Brown.
And strike 3 as Brown swings at a ball low, and that'll do it for the top of the 6th inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Still no score here between Darien and Trumbull. We are live on the DAF Media Network. Taking a look at the seniors on the Darien baseball team. We pointed them out last inning. This was a graphic done by our very own Peter Mclean, and it is just spectacular. So all the images of the seniors on this Darien Blue Wave baseball team. And again, Peter Mclean did a nice job with that. I want to give a shout out again to our DAF Media production crew, Ted Brennan, Thomas Kiernan, and Peter Mclean. Great work bringing you all the visuals of this one. Quarterfinals of the FCIAC tournament. Damian Andrew, Marty Ross joining you. Thanks so much for joining us as we go to the bottom of the 6th. And Harry Rahill will lead things off for Darien, the first baseman. Rahill with O'Malley DHing. Rahill playing some first today in this.
Right. Yeah, he took a spill at the West Hill game, tweaked his ankle, but he's back now. He's back to the last game against Norwalk, so he's 100% healthy.
Ball 1 to Rahill.
Yeah. Farrow starting the bottom of the six strikeouts to his credit so far.
And chopper to short. Brown can't come up with it, and Rahill is aboard at first. So a tough play for Chris Brown at short, and took kind of a short hop on him.
You know, that's one of the problems. You know, you get a team that's used to playing on grass, and then suddenly you come to a turf field.
Yep.
That was a chopper there that handcuffed him.
Yep.
You know, kids are taught to really get it on that first hop rather than wait for the second one, so you never know how it's going to react, and clearly that caught the heel of his glove and just shot right up into the air.
That's a great point about the artificial turf as opposed to the natural grass, which is what Trumbull plays on. They, of course, have a nice facility at Trumbull High School. And we've got a pinch runner for Rahill at first. So Justin Vandegraff up for Darien with a runner on first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. Vandegraff tries to lay down a bunt and advance the runner, but he fouls it back.
You know, that error there on Brown, that allows Darien to have the first base runner of the game for the team.
Nicky Briganti is the pinch runner for Darien. He gets back, slides back into first. Lays down the bunt. Farrow has one play. It's to first. He gets the batter as Vandegraff is retired, but he does his job. He advances the runner to second. Nicky Briganti now in scoring position for Darien. And that brings up
Finn Batson is coming to the game now, number 14, playing right field for Nate Hadlow.
So Batson at the plate in a big spot. And that's a breaking ball strike.
That one fell off the table there. That was a looker.
Batson calls time. There's Nicky Briganti at second base in scoring position for Darien. One away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. A big at-bat here for Finn Batson. And the ball rolls into the outfield, but Briganti, who slid back in, as you can see, will stay there at second base. Our DAF media production crew doing a great job bringing you the angles here, and that is a fly ball to left field, and it is caught. And so Briganti goes back to second base, so a long fly ball out as the left fielder, Devin DeCoco, with a nice catch. And that will bring up Justin Jordan. Now, I would not rule out Jordan trying to drag one down the line here.
You know, we were speaking about that earlier in the game here, and again, as a lefty batter, he gets out of the box much quicker than any other than a righty batter, obviously.
Ball inside.
Goes with the breaking pitch, and you know, again, he'll throw breaking balls so he doesn't try to lay down the bunt.
.2-0 the count to Jordan.
So let's say, Damien, put your coaching hat on. Would you send Briganti at second now? I mean,
my dad was the high school baseball coach, not me, but they're not going to send him as Jordan takes a strike. So 2-1 the count. Nicky Bruggeman at second base. I don't know if you can send him, Marty. In such a tight game like this, I know you got to maybe push the envelope, but
2-2 to Justin Jordan, 2 outs. Bottom 6, Nick Bruggeman at second base on Harry Rahill's hit, which was an error on the shortstop.
Justin Jordan hit .358 during the regular season. He will take his talents to Sacred Heart University next fall.
That one was in the dirt there. 3-2 count, 2 outs.
Jordan has also been selected to play in the Senior All-Star Baseball game, which is put on by the Connecticut High School Coaches Association. That's in the dirt, and that is now here's the situation that we have here. The first base ump called him out. Trumbull says he swung at the pitch. The ball was in the dirt.
That was ball. That would have been ball 4.
That would have been ball 4. It looked like he could have. It looked like he may have swung at the pitch.
So the Bruggeman took third on the ball 4. Justin thought it was ball 4. He went down to first. The pitch was in the dirt. Certainly looked at it. He did put if he put a swing or he didn't put a swing on it. So it's the umps are on the center of the field here on the mound trying to determine what the call should be.
So the umps are talking things over as we take a look at them right there. It's a big call because 2 away here. Runner on second, and it is ball 4. And so now there are runners on first and third.
Henry Williams will be up. Coach for Trumbull's contesting the call there, trying to get some satisfaction.
Phil Pacelli, the longtime head coach of the Trumbull Eagles, has done a terrific job with the program. Of course, won a FCIAC championship in 2012 and 2005. There are a number of FCIAC playoff games going on today in other sports. The Darien Varsity boys lacrosse team at home this afternoon against Fairfield Ludlow. Last we checked, they were up big in that game. That was an FCIAC tournament quarterfinal game. It's the semifinals of the FCIAC girls lacrosse tournament tonight at Norwalk. Darien playing Greenwich. Darien, of course, the top seed in that tournament. 100 straight wins against in-state opponents for head coach Lisa Lindley and her Blue Wave program. And then, of course, it's the playdowns in the FCIAC boys volleyball tournament this afternoon. Darien in action. But we have got a good one here in the quarterfinals of the FCIAC baseball tournament. No score, bottom of the sixth rather, 2 outs, runners on the corners, and Henry Williams digs in to the batter's box facing Ben Farrow. So it's pitcher against pitcher. Farrow throws over to first. Jordan gets back safely as he dives back.
It's a key play here, key timing for the Darien team as they're at the top of the order.
And that ball is inside, so 1 ball, no strikes. Not a bigger spot for Henry Williams than right here.
You know, this is time to show up. Help yourself on the mound by getting yourself a hit here.
That ball is low, so 2-0 the count to Williams. And Brown can't come up with it at short, and everybody is safe as the go-ahead run comes in. Nicky Briganti scores.
You know, there was a shot to Brown at short. His feet came out from under him. His glove got to the ball. Unfortunately, the ball hit the heel of the glove, popped out again. So clearly error number 2. Tough inning for the shortstop, Chris Brown. Williams on at first, Justin Jordan at second, Sean O'Malley at the plate, 2 outs.
We're in the bottom of the 6th, 1-0 Darien. O'Malley up with runners on first and second. Damian Andrew, Marty Ross joining you. Thanks so much for joining us on this DAF Media broadcast of high school varsity baseball quarterfinals of the FCIAC tournament. And the Darien dugout is alive, to say the least.
Well, as you said earlier, this is do or die for both teams, and they both have to put it out, leave it on the field, and that's what we're seeing by the pitchers throwing really excellent games for both of them. Throw back to second.
And Jordan stays right where he is at second. Of course, win or lose, both of these teams will have more baseball to play. Both have qualified for the state tournament. Of course, the winner of this game moves on to the semifinals of the FCIAC tournament tomorrow night at Cubetta Stadium in Stamford. And that is a terrific old park. Ball is high and outside, so a 3-0 count here to Sean O'Malley. And I would say he's taken here, Marty.
I would agree. I know, I agree.
And he does.
Yep.
Ball's high and inside. So ducks on the pond here. Bases are loaded. And that brings up Arthur Xanthos. So the senior steps up in a big spot. Senior captain. And Mike Scott.
Looks like Coach Scott's going to put a pinch runner in for Sean O'Malley.
This has been a really entertaining baseball game. Just 1 run, and it was scored moments ago.
Glenn Fay is in to pitch run.
So ducks on the pond. Glenn Fay is the pinch runner at first. And Arthur Xanthos up to bat. And the way Williams has been pitching, a base hit here puts Darien in a really good spot heading into the top of the 7th.
Breaking ball for first pitch strike there on Arthur Xanthos. Bases loaded.
Nice pitch there from Farrow. He is a battler. He is Ben Farrow. You can see why he's going to pitch Division I college baseball next year. And Xanthos fouls that one off.
Right into the dugout there.
Right into the dugout. Mac Mclean was standing there, and
Coach Serrano, both of them almost got hit in the opening of the dugout there. 0-2 count. Big at bat here.
And that is strike 3 as Xanthos is caught looking, and that will do it. But Darien puts up a 1 spot in the bottom of the 6th. We go to the top of the 7th. Last licks for Trumbull in this FCIAC tournament quarterfinal game. We will be right back here on the DAF Media Network. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew, Marty Ross, and Marty Ross is back from South Bend, Indiana, where his oldest son graduated. How about that?
Yeah.
I heard you guys had a great time out there.
Great time. Matthew, our oldest
Matthew
son, just
Edmund
graduated
Ross.
from Notre Dame. Very proud. Mom and Dad very proud of him, as is Brendan Ross, his younger brother, who will be going to Xavier next year, pursuing a media career.
Yeah,
So
absolutely, absolutely. Brendan Ross has done a tremendous job in year one of the DAF Media Network, and there is a shot of Matthew Ross, his older brother, graduated from Notre Dame over the weekend. How about that? As a proud dad graduating from Notre Dame University.
To digress one moment, Brennan was videotaping, so you wouldn't expect anything less, right? So he's videotaping it.
He told me that.
Turns to my wife Betsy and I and says, "Hey, there's Bonzie Colson and his classmate, and there's Matt Farrell." So he's videotaping all the athletes rather than his brother. So
yeah, no,
all good.
Absolutely. Brendan said he had a great time out there, and a lot of college graduations being held across the country. And Matthew Ross, obviously graduate of Darien High School, class of
2014, I guess.
2014,
Yeah.
yep,
Making me do math.
Yep, on the spot.
Yeah, what's interesting, Harry Rahill has a brother that's graduating from Northwestern, Alex Rahill, the day after Harry graduates, June 21st. Justin Vandegraff's brother is graduating from Stanford. So a couple of, I'm probably missing somebody else out here too, but those are the three right off the bat that have siblings that are graduating as well from college. So it's an exciting time for these guys as seniors graduating and then having their older brothers graduating as well.
As I've told you before, I have an 11-year-old and 7-year-old twins, so we will be there before you know it. Here we go, the top of the 7th. And first pitch to Kevin Bruggeman, swing and a miss. Bruggeman headed to Hofstra. He is the catcher for Trumbull. Williams rearing back, misses there, 1-1 the count. Ball outside's 2-1 the count. Jay Chiappetta on deck for Trumbull. Ball is popped to right field.
Finn Batson under it, makes the
And
catch.
one away for Darien here in the top of the 7th. So Trumbull is down to its final 2 outs.
Yeah. Williams started at the top of the 7th off with 7 strikeouts, so he's, as we've alluded to earlier, he's been throwing really well, mixing his pitches up very nicely, so doing a fine job.
Jay Chiappetta up and swing and a miss. 0-1 the count.
Chiappetta's 2 last at-bats were strikeouts swinging, so let's see what Henry Williams can do here.
And that's a strike. So Chiappetta in an 0-2 hole here. Want to thank everybody for joining us on the DAF Media Network for this live stream. So glad to bring it to you. And strike 3 as Trumbull down to its final out.
Unfortunately, a trifecta there for Chiappetta, but good throwing by Henry Williams.
Chris Briganti, the right fielder.
What's interesting is this Briganti and Darien's Briganti are cousins, Nicky Briganti and the Trumbull Briganti. So
It's a family affair for the Brigantis.
Battle of the Brigantis here.
Yep, absolutely. This has been a really good FCIAC tournament quarterfinal game. First pitch strike to Briganti. Darien up 1-0. We are in the top of the 7th inning. 2 outs. And that's a strike, catches the inside corner.
You know, I think I've seen Williams is throwing the best I think we've seen all season. This is 8 strikeouts, 0-2 on the batter.
And that is strike 3. Williams fired up. Williams fired up as he should be, pitched a terrific game, and Darien goes on to win 1-0. They beat Trumbull here in the, look at him fired up as we take another look at that. Great job by Ted Brennan there, showing the reaction of Henry Williams as he goes the distance, gets the win, and Darien wins 1-0 as they beat the Trumbull Eagles here in the quarterfinals of the FCIAC tournament. And again, we talked about this earlier in the broadcast. Trumbull came into this game having won 9 of 10, red hot. Darien had some struggles down the stretch, and this is what postseason baseball is all about. You just never know.
You never know, and on any given day, this is a big win for the Darien Blue Wave, you know, beating a very good Trumbull team. Keep in mind that they can face Trumbull again in the SEAC, so it's anything's possible in the FCIACs. Anything's going to be more possible in the SEACs.
And Ben Farrow, I believe, threw a no-hitter, correct?
He did, because there was 2 errors. The
Two
runners,
errors.
So he
threw a no-hitter. Ben Farrow of Trumbull throws a no-hitter in the quarterfinals of the FCIAC tournament and loses.
On an unearned run.
Yep. Loses on an unearned run as we
Great venue to be playing at. A lot of history in that stadium in Stamford, so it should be a good game. So I'm sure we'll see Justin Jordan tonight. I'm just surmising here, but I would think if that's what Coach Scott will do. I mean, that's a likely choice, depending on who we're playing, no doubt, depending on who gets the win and we see tomorrow night.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you mentioned Cabetta. That's a great old stadium there in Stamford. The FCIAC tournament semifinals and finals will be held there this year, no longer at the ballpark at Harbor Yard.
What a shame. That was a great ballpark.
Yeah, it was a
to
great
play
venue.
in.
Yeah, absolutely. The Bluefish are gone, and the FCIAC baseball tournament is gone.
Bluefish are in High Point, North Carolina.
Absolutely. I want to give a shout out to our entire DAF media production crew, Ted Brennan, Thomas Kiernan, who did a terrific job, and Peter Mclean. For Marty Ross, I am Damian Andrew. This has been a production of the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. The Darien Foundation. Again, Darien beats Trumbull 1-0 in the quarterfinals of the FCIAC tournament. Have a great night, everybody. Take care.